Um, hmm. So I've been thinking a little bit lately about like the higher self. Um, what does that mean to have a higher self? And how does that have anything to do with Dungeons and Dragons? Good question. Um, Look, so I believe that we all are many people, and depending on what circumstances we're in, we behave differently, right? Maybe you work just just an uncomfortable, kind of shitty job as a barista, and you don't like it. Fast food or Uber driving, and it's not who you are. You don't connect with people, and in those moments when you're working there, it's easy for it to seem like, wow, this is who I am. Like I'm look at me, look at my life, look at the choices that I've made. Look at all this evidence I have for how shitty things are, for how much I've fucked up, or whatever you want to say, or how awful these people are, or whatever goes through your head. And then you go home, and maybe you bring some of that with you, maybe you don't. And already, when you get in the car and you're alone, you're a little bit of a different person already. Nobody's watching. There's no way that you have to behave. You can let off some steam. Maybe you sing in your car. A lot of people do. And maybe when you get home, you see your friends or your wife, and it feels good. And then all of a sudden you're a new person. You can express yourself in a way that you can't with your coworkers, and something shifts. And my belief about a higher self is that how we feel and what we think doesn't define us. The circumstances that we're in don't define us. And what I mean by define is really important. Okay, so I'm going to spell this out. Define means that it is everything about who you are. It is a concrete fact that is who you are. It is the definition of you. You are a fast food worker. These circumstances do not define us. Circumstances just provide different forms of expression for who we are, who anyone is. And yeah, they don't define us. They inform us. They inform us. And so, with Dungeons and Dragons, we're creating imaginary circumstances. Imaginary circumstances where you can live out these fantasies, like being able to travel the world, get 8 hours of sleep every night, have lots of money, have a close group of friends, solve problems in the world, make a difference. You get to do all these things in this game because the circumstances allow for it. Both the circumstances of you and your friends being willing to get together and play this game, and also the circumstances that your character is in, where they're pushed into a situation and they have the tools to solve it, and the world is designed that it is possible for them to solve these problems. So I guess my point is no matter how challenging things get or how hard or how dismal the world may seem around us, um, we always have access to our higher self, which is the one that's not really defined by any of our circumstances. It's defined by who we are, like at the core, you know, our real self-expression, our real experiences, the kind of self that knows everything you've ever been through. And it knows it so well because it's lived it. It's been there with you, you know? It has 100% understanding, the kind of understanding that no one else could have for you because it's you, you know? So, the different ways that we've shifted and changed in life and... Shit, I think I just heard gunshots. Well, sobering. Yeah. I mean, the circumstances are what... Yeah, it sounds like define us, doesn't it? That still is the word that I want to say. I guess the other thing I can say about that is the more clearly that the Dungeon Master and the players, that we are inventing our circumstances, the more it's going to inform our personalities, and the more it's going to inform our behavior. The more detailed they are, the more expressive that they are, the more alive that they are, the more it's going to change how people actually feel and what they think at the table. And this is sort of dangerous territory, for what it's worth, because there's some fucked up shit in Dungeons & Dragons. I mean, you can be a real sadistic motherfucker as a DM if you're really good. There's a trap that I know about where you come to a stone door, and on the outside of that door is a man, a carving of a man wearing a robe of stars, and his face is just a darkness, and he has one hand outstretched like this. So if you, standing in front of this door, outstretch your arm, the door opens, and then you go inside, and you find yourself in a maze, and you walk through the maze, and at the center of the maze is a fountain, and on the top of the fountain is a black opal crown. And if you take that crown, then the door shuts. You hear the grinding of stone again. And when you get back, there's the same carving of the man with the cloak of stars, except in his arm, the hand is cut off. That's some sadistic shit. And I like it. It's evocative. Yeah. Well, I don't really know what else to say. Still thinking about this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.